welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little starter time-lapse and that you enjoyed the last episode in which we built up both these houses, that wonderful little fishing pond over here, and our well. Now we're kind of moving to the other side of the village, as you saw in the time-lapse, working on that little stream flowing out of the mountain and through the village. And since the time-lapse, I've also gone and built up this retaining wall where our nether portal is, because we're going to keep working here, and I'm not quite finished here yet. Up on top it's still a bit of a mess, and ooh, the sun's setting just as I wanted to start recording. Anywho, it's still quite a mess up here, so I need to tidy that up still. And this area is going to be prettified, if you will. We're going to plant some trees, some shrubs, and it's just going to be a nice, friendly welcome into our village. Down here is where we're going to be working though, and quite literally where the villagers are going to be working as well, because this is going to be the secondary source of food in our village. We're going to convert this whole area on our side currently of the stream into a large wheat farm. And that is our main goal for today. Well, the largest volume of work that we're going to be doing today is that, in terms of block area. We're also going to be building a mill to go with this, and that will go here, in the space of this house. So I'm going to tear this house down, and over here we're going to build a little bit of a windmill to go hand in hand with our wheat field. But I do have a bit of work to do before that. I want to tidy up, at the very least, the grass blocks on top, make that nice and neat. And then I'm going to start planting this. Now, I'm not going to make a time-lapse of this, despite how badly I may want to, because I'm just going to be planting a whole lot of wheat. So I'll bring you all back once I've done that, and once we get to the point of figuring out some little hidden details in and amongst our wheat field. So see you all in a second. And that is the last one. So there we go, I've planted all of the seeds, and it took just under 9 stacks of seeds to get all of this planted, so I think that's a respectable sized little wheat field. Now, as you saw there, underneath that slab is a water source to ensure that the soil stays saturated. Now, I know with wheat you don't need to saturate the soil. Wheat can grow without it, but I'm lazy and I'm not really keen on AFKing for 2 hours to let my wheat grow. So underneath each of these armor stands is a waterlogged slab as a water source for my fields. The same with all of these composters. They also have a waterlogged slab beneath them. Now the composters are ultimately so that my villagers will have jobs when they get freed. The armor stands are for scarecrows. So this is a little trick I learned from my friend Straw Hat, and he did it in our starter village Novus, in the little farming area that he built up there. He made these scarecrows, put on a colored leather tunic and throw a pumpkin on them, and they look like fairly acceptable scarecrow stand-ins. I could throw pants on them as well, but honestly at the moment I don't have enough leather to make pants as well. I've at no point in this game been into breeding a lot of cows, and for the time being it doesn't bother me too much that they aren't wearing pants. So I'm not going to give these ones pants for now, unless enough people say otherwise and they need pants. Then I'll reconsider at a later stage. The last one is way over here in the distance. I also have some water sources hidden in underneath blocks like that, and those should not be visible from a reasonable viewing distance, and you wouldn't even know they're there unless you knew to go and look for them. Like way over there is one hidden over there underneath, and you can't really see it. So I think this will do fair enough. Where did my bed go? I've lost my bed. I have no idea where I put it, so we're gonna take a new one. I've just been stealing beds from the villagers. This is now my new bed. It is going to go with me until I find my old bed. It's probably in one of my shelter boxes or something. So here used to be a water source, but I've now gotten rid of it, and I want the soil here to dry out and not be seeded, because that's going to be part of our decoration that we're going to put along here. It's going to be a point of interest as you walk past here. Like, they've just started gathering up some of the wheat, and actually thinking about it, I want 1 or 2 pieces of wheat growing there, as if they've just started and they aren't quite through all of it yet. But before I continue with the details of the wheat field, I want all of that to dry out. I'm not going to go and stomp each clump of ground. So while we wait, we can do something a little different. See, that I had 1 seed left of 9 stacks to get all of this done. So I'm getting tired of jumping over our little stream, so we're going to build ourselves a little bridge here. And I think, yeah, let's try the dark oak and see how that gets. I'm going to use these hay bales as well. I have more wood somewhere. Yep, here we go. Let's try these. I might find a use for these guys as well. Just grabbing a whole bunch of things that I think I might have a use for when building this bridge. Now I'm just going to build a plain, perfectly diagonal bridge centered on this point, I think. So let's go ahead and put you in like that. Might need to make it wider, 1 more, just so that it all works. Something like that. I'm just going to get it so that it is predominantly functional and that I can walk over it. I will fix that soil underneath it in just a second. Let's just get the basic roughed out bridge in place first. Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. Just so that we have an idea as to what we are working with in terms of this bridge. Now, I haven't shown you yet because we started the episode in this village, unlike the previous episode where we started it in Novus, but I have done a bit more work in Novus, one of which is building in that bridge in front of my house that I said I would do so many times already. Now, this path block is just a temporary road. It was just to guide it out so I knew where to till. As you can see, on the other side of the village, I have taken out all of the path block because none of my roads is going to be solely path block. We're going to do something different, something closer to what we did for the stables, I think. Okay, now that that is in, let's start putting in some logs so that we have a border to work with. Where did I put those? Those came here, I think. Yes, they did in fact go there. Logs like so. Now, what else can we do here? I want to incorporate these guys. I really like them, and they give my villagers something to do. The villagers will sync up with the barrels, and we'll have, I believe they're fishermen, I believe they're solely fishermen that generate from barrels. Let's get that done. There we go. That looks pretty good, I think. Now I don't want any logs going into the water. It's a really small bridge, so I don't think it's necessary for my logs to go into the water. Actually, let's not put not put two barrels right next to one another. Let's do on top of it. Something like that. That doesn't work. I do not like that one bit. Okay, let's not do that. Let's grab some spruce stairs instead. I should have spruce stairs in one of these shulker boxes. No? Alright. I do have spruce wood, so we can make spruce stairs. And we can make a lot of spruce stairs, because I will be using spruce. I have spruce stairs in my inventory. I am blind. You people need to tell me these things. Okay, let's put a spruce stair over there. And a spruce stair over... I think that's how the other spruce stair went. Yes, it is indeed how the other spruce stair went. And then I think we will put... no. Not fences, they aren't quite wide enough. I don't know that I want to necessarily put another log on that, because that's going to be very thick and very clunky. I also had a wall. Yeah, well, I just broke a wall. Of course I had a wall. Let's see what this looks like. I don't hate that. I really don't hate that. In fact, I quite like that. Let's put one in front of our bridge as well. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that for our bridge, and it is a very small, ordinary bridge. Nothing grand and spectacular, I know, I am aware. But I mean, this is ultimately going to be a small farming community, so I think there's nothing wrong with a small, insignificant bridge. That is not going to work. It needed to have been upside down. And I'm sure there's a way for us to do that, but it might be a hassle. Can we instead... There is absolutely no way for me to get two trapdoors onto that. I will admit I am a little stumped as to what to do on here. Unless the bridge just doesn't go that far up and it is just just this layer, because then we can figure a way out to get trapdoors making a railing all the way around. So let's put these guys back. Now I think that is correct, yes, but it needs to be a little bit wider. Like that. Yeah, that's good. Now these are the tops of blocks. What if we did that for now? Because then I can do something like that. Let's get rid of that guy. Like so. Because now, if I tear this apart, I can put trapdoors on the inside. And yay! We have some trapdoor railings. Perfect. I like that very much. Get rid of you temporarily. Up. Get rid of you temporarily. They will grow back. I am certain of it. So we don't need to worry about any of that. Like so, like so. Yeah. I do want to try oak trapdoors instead. Yeah, I like the oak trapdoors. The transparency of them makes it a slightly more interesting thing to look at overall. The bridge is in its entirety, I mean. Let's have a look at the whole railing. Yeah, I think so. I do, however, think this bridge is a little wild in this. Oops, a little wide in the center. So I want to get rid of these. Oops, not that one. Definitely not that one. That one needs to stay. There we go. I am taking forever with this bridge, and I'm going to start running out of time. Which means we won't be getting into a mill. But that's okay. I've done a lot. I've spent a lot of time, hours on this on today's video, on the river and on the retaining wall. And even this field took me about, oh, at least an hour to get done. So we'll probably not get around to the mill. That will turn out to be next episode, but I think that will be okay. No, wrong trapdoor, Elementalist. That trapdoor goes there, that trapdoor goes there, and the same on this side. And then from the outside, seriously, the sun is setting again. Can you guys believe it? The sun is always setting in this game. It is a feature of Minecraft that the sun is constantly busy setting. You never have a day to yourself to just build something. Anywho, bed down, sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Up we go. Tear out these useless slabs. And that, my friends, is a bridge. I will put some lighting on this bridge, but that is a bridge. Let's grab that lighting. And then I think I will bring you all back the moment I'm ready to do that little bit of detail over there. So with my current record time standing at about 18 minutes for this episode, I definitely don't have the time to build the mill. But it's more time than I have, or more time than I need just to build that tiny little decorative area down there. So instead of just making a really short episode or trying to haphazardly squeeze in a really big build in the more or less 11 to 12 minutes I have left before we reach the half-hour mark, we're going to decorate this area a little bit, and this should go a bit quicker. So what I have is a couple of saplings for us to plant up here. Are you growing? Yep, just didn't get the particle effect. Wonder why. So we're going to grow a couple of regular spruces. I don't want to do the really big ones, just because they're, of all the default Minecraft trees, the small spruces look the closest to a nice tree, in my opinion. The big ones, unless you get a really bushy one, are kinda horrible, so I don't like using them as decorative pieces. I'd rather try my hand at building a custom big spruce. Why are you not growing, little sprucey? Whoa, okay, there we go. Crushed down into flight mode. And we accidentally bone mealed the ground, which probably isn't the end of the world, but eh. Okay, that's probably okay for now, and from down below that should look pretty nice. Not just a blank mountain anymore, and I forgot to grab logs. Okay, we have logs. That is exactly what we needed. That was too many grass blocks broken out. I just want to hide this guy a little bit. So we're going to decorate our nether portal a little fraction. And we're gonna go more or less with what we've been doing in the rest of the village, I think. Oak trapdoors would probably have been better, but I don't have any oak trapdoors on me, so we're going to use spruce ones. Nothing wrong with that, a bit of change is all. Let's grab our slabs out. I brought the bone blocks, but I don't think we're going to end up using them in the end. So let's get rid of these useless miscellanea blocks. I need to put down some scaffolding so we can get up. It's one too many, I think. As it would also seem that we're not going to be needing... Is the sun really? Just as I start recording, the sun sets. Can you believe it? Okay, let's go and sleep and then carry on. Okay, I have slept, so we can keep building. Let's take some of these spruce blocks and throw them in there as a little highlight. Put you down there, and then I need to get back up there to put in the small amount of red nether brick. Just a little bit. And that's probably something as a bystander you will never really notice, but it's a nice to have. I also forgot my lanterns. That is okay, we will add lanterns another time. Put our imperial banners down to indicate to the world that this is our village. And then, just as a bit more decoration, we add these guys in and around the place. Just a small amount of additional foliage along with our trees. And doesn't have to be anything crazy. But with these guys, I can also do a couple of tricks like this. And hide pesky light sources. A little bit like that. So this is the gist of it, and I just need to come in and carry on doing what I'm doing now to this entire area. Make everything spawn proof, get rid of the torch spam, then our entrance will be pretty much ready. In addition, we can bone meal the place a little bit and get rid of some of the blocks. Then again, this is just a temporary filler block, but it gives us an idea of where our path needs to go in the end. Carrying on and moving on promptly, we now need to decorate this bottom bit. I have some blocks for that. The idea here is that because all of this wheat, if left alone, is going to grow and mature and everything's going to be harvest ready, we're going to pretend that this village is just at the end of farming season, beginning of harvest season. I'm not a farmer, don't judge me on my choice of words. And they had just started harvesting, collecting their wheat. So we have a couple of things here to decorate this space with. As you can see around, I added these little lamps, and that's... I'm 99% sure that mobs cannot spawn on tilled soil and on crops. But just in case, there is some light to reduce the amount of spawns here. So that my villagers should technically be safe, and that area is going to be a definite mob hazard down the line. But that is okay. For now, we are going to worry about this space, and only this space. So I'm going to hide a light source underneath this guy. And what this is going to be is a wheelbarrow. I have seen tons of other YouTubers, Fwip, Wells Knight, Yancey, make little wheelbarrows like this. Just a little hand-drawn cart. I can't add a massive wagon here because the road is very small, one. And two, our bridge is very small. So these villagers are very humble in their tools, you could say, what they have at their disposal to collect their harvests with. Additionally, we're going to add a couple of these guys around. Now these are probably more than this one space would provide, but that's okay. It's aesthetic. Looks nice. And I think that is primarily that for what I wanted to put down here. So let's come up here and have a quick little look. I'll finish the bushes and the lighting and everything up here off camera between episodes. But for now, I think we have covered a very large surface area of our village in today's episode, and it has definitely taken me quite a long time to do all of this. So if you all enjoyed this video, leave me a like. It really does help out the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this on a fairly regular basis. See you all next time. Bye bye.